2016. And let me do the screen share.
Keshe Foundation Ghana, in association with Ghana Atomic Commission and Ghana Spaceship Institute, would like to invite you to attend the New Dawn, Africa's Meteoric Rise in Spaceship Technology Conference, October 17th through 19th, 2016, in Ghana. Keshe Foundation Ghana's mandate is to build awareness and promote research into plasma technology. The Foundation is presently working with governmental institutions and other interest groups in Ghana to fulfill this goal. At the conference, you will be afforded the opportunity to learn about and experience plasma technology firsthand. The cost of admission to the conference includes 3-night stay in one of Ghana's prestigious hotels. Hotel packages include a single, double, or twin room option, and an option for an apartment or suite. Breakfast, tea, and coffee breaks and a buffet lunch on the days of the conference are also included. Keshe Foundation Ghana is focused on utilizing plasma technology in order to solve the numerous problems that third world countries face. Come to the New Dawn, Africa's Meteoric Rise in Spaceship Technology Conference in Ghana. Learn about plasma technology and learn how you can participate in spreading the word about it. Together, we can bring freedom to Africa and humanity, and we hope to see you there. The Universal Council invites you to attend the One Planet, One Nation, One Race event in Rome on the 9th and 10th of September 2016. The Council looks forward to open interaction with the public at the event. Come interact with the Council in your spoken language. The Council encourages you to bring your positive suggestions and solutions to the table on how humanity can move forward as a whole towards everlasting peace. In this way, the work of the members of the Council will become the work of humanity for humanity. The full package price for a single ticket to the event includes 3-night stay in one of Rome's prestigious hotels, daily attendance to the event, as well as breakfast on the 9th through the 11th, and lunch and tea on the 9th and 10th. Accommodations for this package is based on double occupancy. The full package price for 2 tickets to the event includes 3-night stay in a twin-bed room in one of Rome's prestigious hotels, daily attendance to the event, as well as breakfast on the 9th through the 11th, and lunch and tea on the 9th and 10th. Additional nights stay are offered at €150 per person per night. For those who wish to arrange their own accommodations and who plan on attending a single day of the event, the cost will be €200, which includes tea and lunch on the day of the event. For those who wish to arrange their own accommodations and who plan on attending both days of the event, the cost will be €400, which includes tea and lunch on the day of the event. The One Planet, One Nation, One Race event in Rome. Come share your positive solutions on how we can work together to bring everlasting peace to our world.
Okay, welcome everyone to the 122nd Knowledge Seekers Workshop of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute for July 21st, 2016. And I think Mr. Keshe is ready to begin, standing by there. Are you ready, Mr. Keshe?
Yes, good day to you, good morning, good afternoon, as usual, wherever and whenever you listen to these teachings. Today, we are going into the phase of teaching and the use of technology beyond what we have thought up to now. And you will understand why we have started a spaceship teaching, and we take you into the new understanding of space technology, how you can look after yourself, how you develop the technology, some of the line of communication language which is used. There are a couple of announcements I have to make because this is a cornerstone of our work. According to what we understand, there is a high possibility that the police of Italy will change the case of death of Fabio from accident to total murder inquiry. The evidence present allows the judges to change the condition to murder, and this is a repetition of 3 times the same kind of attack on me. So with the evidence, there is a high possibility today or tomorrow the inquiry changes from accident in the full murder attempt. Now attempt has, not the attempt, but the murder has taken place. We have a girl in coma. Is a repetition of what happened to me in Belgium and now in Italy. And I was told how they do it by John. We have the evidence recorded 2 years ago by the police. So we have to keep silence from now on in respect to Fabio, bless his soul, that he was a victim of the work of Red Circle. You will understand about this from now on. It's totally out of our control. It goes in the hand of the police because it's a repetition of the thing. Before I come to Italy 3 or 4 years ago, we reported it, and now this time here in Italy. We will not talk till we cannot talk because any information we put out can be part of the police inquiry. Now we have to see how the Italian police, Interpol, and other security services, now a murder has taken place, will decide to take the case up. So you will not hear any more from here now on, as it's a legal case. It's not attempted, it's not a story. We all suffered the loss of one of the most beautiful boys we knew. My car was blown up to be pulled up on the hard shoulder in Belgium once. Then they attempted again. Second time, the same procedure as we've seen with Fabio. And now they managed to kill a man. And Italy had nothing to do with Belgium, but we see the same pattern and the same people involved. So we have to keep quiet from now on till, as we saw with Alan and Sterling case, the rest takes its own condition and the police will do the inquiries internationally and people will be brought up into justice. There is something important which I've seen in the background with a lot of your works. And we've seen it with some of you who've gone into manufacturing or producing things. I saw Arman putting a note up. We thought some people understood. And that is, when you make coils, please do not touch your coils. When you're making 3 or 4 or 5 coils or 10 or 20 coils, especially those of you who go into doing workshops, do not pile up the coils on top of each other. When you pile the coils on top of each other, you damage your layers. The efficiency of your system reduces quite drastically. Try not to touch. It's a sponge. What you have produced is a sponge, and this sponge, when you crush it, does not go back up. So please, when you make any nano coating, any layers, be it your medical, be it your pens, be it your coils, be it your stackers, please do not pile your system together. You'll find out it's a huge difference. These coils are made to transfer energy across the layers. When you pile them like this or you touch them, you crush the layers. It's a sponge, you don't see it with the eye. And this can create blockages. You bring dams into your system, and then if it's too much done, you find out your system is not as good as the others, because the others, when you handle these things, handle them in the edges where you have the minimum contact and use them. This especially goes for those of you. I've seen this being repeated again and again, and it's important. You do so much work that is positive. We come to the main part of this technology. Today, we take Keshe Foundation into a new dimensions, in a new understanding. As we said, today is the 22nd of July, and we have entered into arena where the Keshe Foundation supporters have to make the difference. There is millions of you, and this forces me as the head of the Keshe Foundation International, for the time I'm here, to start the process of bringing the Keshe Foundation into a direct organization, where, if you remember, last November, last October, with releasing the coils, our logo was energy in exchange for peace. Now we go one step further, the knowledge of the plasma technology for peace. What this means, Keshe Foundation has entered a new era. We are internationally recognized for our work, and in that way that we are not a pressure group but a scientific group which can give technology for exchange for peace, we have entered talking, negotiating, discussing with the Keshe Foundations around the world to bring the Keshe Foundation in its appropriate position, which means from now on, we enter humanitarian grounds. What does this mean? Is that Keshe Foundation, from past 2 or 3 weeks of negotiation, and what is set up and is in the process of being done, we ask the Keshe Foundation supporters across the world, irrespective of world border man-made lines, to work together, irrespective of color, race, creed. To this effect, as some of you know, there is a disaster happening very silently in the background in China with the floods. Millions of people are touched, and they have seen the same repetition of flood, displacement, water shortage, infections, and everything else. We see this across the planet, in Africa, in Asia, in South America, and everywhere else. Keshe Foundation supporters have the knowledge now to interact, to deliver, and to support. To this reason, and for this purpose, we offered the Keshe Foundation support to the Chinese people. And we wait to see, and we are ready to move. And we've been told the announcement has gone in China too. Keshe Foundation supporters to join in, to support, bring in new technology for water decontamination from the floods, feeding people through the water, creating clean environment through plasma technology. And while the Keshe Foundation supporters are in the area, they teach the others that in the future they can immediately help themselves and use the technology from there on. We made a request to the Chinese authorities, and we've been told our request has been accepted. 20 members of the Keshe Foundation, doctors, what we call our professors and leaders in this group, are ready. We have submitted some names to the Chinese authorities. They move within the next few days into China. This is the first international collaboration between the Keshe Foundations around the world to help each other. And with this process, we have and will see a change where we deliver the technology unconditionally, not only to the people, but to the medical team, to the government, and everything else to go with it. In this process, we need the collaboration of the Keshe Foundations. What we are asking supporters of the foundation to start structuring yourself in a way that we can have a rapid response team to deliver technology. We have a group of dedicated scientists of the Keshe Foundation in Philippines that are on a standby to fly into China within the next few hours as soon as the Chinese authorities release their visa. The purpose and the use of Philippine innovation team to China is they know how to do it, they know how to make it, they can support the ground crew, and they can, in their experience, deliver technology in all aspects. Arman is joining the team. We are hoping that Alex will move in. We have a number of doctors going in. Dr. Klaus is moving in, and all together we'll submit 20 names as we agreed with the Chinese to deliver the technology rapidly to reach hundreds of thousands of people. Their move, their arrival, their delivery of technology then will merge with the Chinese Keshe Foundation supporters, which already request has gone into Keshe Foundation China for them to support us. We have the head of Keshe Foundation China, Professor Xu, online. He will make, as we have agreed, requests to the Chinese community around the world, as we are one nation, for their support and delivery, and in 3 different categories which they need the support in Chinese. Is Professor Xu in the background? Can you see him, please, Rick?
Yes, I believe so.
Can you let him? Can you open his microphone, please? Professor Xu, can you hear me?
Sorry, just one moment. Hello?
Hello, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Professor Xu, yes, the ground is yours.
Sure.
The ground is yours. You can make your request in Chinese. You don't need to translate into English. For the Keshe Foundation supporters, please.
I'm sorry, just now I was interrupted. Am I supposed to my Chinese supporters about the incoming flood relief? Am I supposed to?
Please.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, please go in Chinese, no problem.
Sure, thank you. 各位中国凯始基金会的爱好者们，你们好。我是朱涛。那么这里我应凯始先生的要求，来给大家大致讲一下我们现在的与凯始基金会正在做的事情。那么凯始基金会将派出首批20名精英科学家来到我国，来协助我国进行洪灾的减灾相关工作。他们将携带最先进的科技，来在饮水还有医疗方面来帮助我们。那么这方面，我们国内的爱好者也将大力协助凯始基金会的国际团队成员。这里我郑重呼吁各位凯始基金会的中国成员，各位凯始科技的中国爱好者，尽全力来一方面协助我国投入我们专业知识来实现洪灾减灾的目的，同时也积极支持国际志愿者团队来投入我国、融入我国的社会环境，来共同面对这个史无前例的大的洪水。那么有任何的要求、有任何的问题，请大家及时给凯始中国基金会以及国际凯始基金会反映。那么我们大家在一起共同面对。那么希望大家同心同德，共同面对这场灾难，同时也将此作为我们凯始科技在中国推广的一个非常好的机会。我们将誓言利用我们手上的最先进的科技来为我们广大人民群众服务，并且希望在此获得在中国的洪灾减灾中获得的经验能够进一步推广，有朝一日我们中国的志愿者也能为全世界的减灾行动贡献出一份我们自己的力量。谢谢大家。Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Professor Xu. Would you like to explain anything to us in English or?
Okay, I just give a summary. Will that be okay?
Yes, no problem. Do what you like. It's your...
Okay, sure. Just now I talked to my fellow Chinese knowledge seekers. So I would like to just introduce the cooperation between Cultural Foundation and Cultural Foundation China. So we are heading to help local government to deal with the flood relief. The current flood in China is quite huge. So it covered 26 provinces and out of the 31. So even in some very dry area, people are facing the flood. So people's normal life have been affected a lot. So thanks for the action from the Culture Foundation. They sent 20 elite scientists to China very soon. So we are contacting with the government. So in very soon, these people will come to China to help the affected areas. So I also talked to my Chinese colleagues. So we are trying our best to help Chinese government to overcome this flood. At the same time, we are cooperating with international volunteer team to make use of our technology, the state-of-art technology to help the Chinese people. This is also a very good opportunity to demonstrate and educate people of the plasma technology. We hope the experience we acquired in China should contribute to the world disaster relief in one day. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Professor Xu. Thank you very much indeed. If you are knowledge seekers or you're a Chinese citizen across the world, you're familiar with this technology, please respond to the email flood@spaceshipinstitute.org and write in Chinese. It will be passed on to Keshe Foundation China. At this moment, when a nation is under such a condition, where most of the nation is under flood condition, and then we have a situation where in South China Sea, the same nation has to stand military where others. We have sent, and we are sending the Keshe Foundation team to China from that nation. So the Keshe Foundation Philippines, Keshe Foundation China work on the ground together to support the situation in flood. And what we have requested from the Chinese army and leadership is if Keshe Foundation members can help each other to bring technology, why don't the armies join them to bring peace between the two nations before it gets too far, which is not needed. And the Keshe Foundation force as an international one family, if we can work together and we are delivering technology, what's the need for arms? Let's use the ambassadors of plasma technology from Philippines to China as ambassadors of peace. So we make this call to the Chinese in every level. You are part of us, and the first response from our colleagues in Philippines is, we are your brothers. We are there to support you. We land, we come in, we deliver every technology possible. We need to work as one team. There is a request gone out in the Chinese Keshe Foundations for 3 categories of people. They need translators, people who can be on the interface, and the people who have the materials or can make the materials in China that they can deliver to the what we call the supporting team of the Keshe Foundation from worldwide. We will report the progress as we go. The beauty with this is the rescue team become peace teams too. If Philippine Keshe Foundation, a Chinese Keshe Foundation work together, we think the armies can talk too. They can join us on the ground, and then we can work together. So we're changing the feature of the Keshe Foundation to not only a humanitarian organization from today, but as we promised, we enter world of politics in July. We enter the world of politics on the basis of the only organization which can deliver technology for peace, and this is the first time of it. We have background. The gentleman from Armenia, As we know, there is a huge conflict between Armenia and its neighboring country, Azerbaijan. Not needed. So we have an appeal today from our colleagues from Armenia. They are the people who took the power units into the government of Armenia. They are associated, they are close with the government, they have tested the units. And in a way, we are asking the Keshe Foundation supporters in Armenia, does not matter wherever you are, in which part of this planet, and our supporters in Turkish and Azerbaijan, to come together the same way that we bring prosperity and peace and everything possible to the people of Armenia, and we work to bring peace, and we ask for the armies to step down. When the people, followers of the Keshe Foundation in Turkey and in Armenia can work together, why not the government? So this will be the plan, and this is the way the Keshe Foundation from today onwards will move. We deliver technology, and with the technology, we change the man. Arman, are you in the background, please? Can you see Arman there?
Maybe viewers.
Arman, can you speak?
He's there, I believe. Armin, are you available? Your microphone's open, but I don't hear your voice.
I think this is different, Armin.
Yes, Arman from California. You're there? Hello. Pardon? Yeah. Yes, there are two Armans on the line.
Should I promote the other one? Maybe,
Yes.
maybe that's
Arman,
okay.
we have Arman, two Armans. We need the second one, not our own Arman, if he doesn't want to speak.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, Armin number 2, you are a panelist now. I'll unmute you. And I'll mute Armin number 1.
Hello, Arman. Hello. I can hear him. Hello, Arman. Good morning. We got two Armans, both Armans. Hello. Hello.
Not sure if that one's coming through.
I think he's on the phone, Mr. Keshe. You heard him. He was talking.
Okay. Would you like to speak Arman till we get Arman number 2 on, please?
Yes, okay.
You can speak in Armenian or what you like. Your message is a message of peace, and it's got to be heard by your people.
You want me to say that, Mr. Keshe?
Of course. You're the head of the Keshe Foundation, you can.
Oh my God.
Ալո, Հայկ ջան, բարև, լավ ես, լավ, վարցակուր չես, ում զանգում եմ վարցակուր դեն ապես վերջի քանի օրը, Հայկ ջան, միած սենց հարց կոնկրետ,
He's on the phone.
ես ասել եմ, որ մեծ ներմուծող ենք ու...
I think you better switch,
Better mute him.
Please.
mute him and let Arman speak till he comes on.
Okay, good.
Go ahead, Arman.
Mr. Keshe, let him be over here online too, because the messages he's going to carry.
The message is from the Armenian community in Azerbaijan, in Armenia, to the Turkish people or Azerbaijan people. There is a fight going on, silent in the background in this country, affecting everyone. You better go ahead, Arman, explain the background till the other Arman comes with a mobile phone.
The situation is very serious, actually, because, all we have surrounded with Azerbaijan and Turkey. So the problem, if we strike up in Azerbaijan, it will continue to Turkey. And the problem is all the people of Armenia, they are suffering it. And they don't need to. The problem is that who is the head of the governments, they will not allow peace, because from that they gain a lot. So it's very emotional in that part, that we cannot make a change in a governmental level, but still we can make a change with the people. So I hope they understand the message that today we will change everything for humanity. And I hope they will listen it and carry it to the next neighbor or a friend or a cousin, them to know too, because this knowledge they cannot carry themselves. It's impossibility. Thank you, Mr. Kish. That's all I want to say.
Thank you very much. Can we have Arman from Armenia, if he's online, please?
Let me contact him. 1 minute. Give me a second.
Arman in Armenia is a gentleman who took the Maghreb units to Armenia. They tested actually with, even he tested in his own house. And the development is with them. Good morning, Giovanni. So we wait for them to announce, because this is what they need to do. But there is one thing which we have to understand, is that if you are in a country of conflict in any shape or form, if you are in a position of conflict in any shape or form in the region you are in, come to Keshe Foundation. We flood the nation with love, with care, with knowledge, and with technology, that the people can see the beauty of it, that they have everything what they need, and there is no more war. We exchange technology for love and peace of mind, and in this process, we change the course of humanity. We have become a peace movement. We have become a peace movement for exchange of technology for peace. We teach you how to have more, what you need, and in exchange, in having it, you will see no reason for war, no reason for conflict. There is no need to worry about the resources when you have every resources in your hand. As I said before, we start delivering new technology today. Today's technology will baffle a lot of you. But I would like to finish with this section with the Armenians, and then we go later. Yes, you're going to have an operation.
Mr. Kesh, give a little bit time, he will be online.
No problem. How much time? In Armenia, you always have time. Have a special word for this. They call it gamas gamas. Means slowly, slowly. They're worse than Italians. In Italy, tomorrow can be next year. In Armenia, tomorrow is next decade.
I will not agree that.
I had the pleasure of being brought up by amongst the Armenian culture in Iran. I understand them. I used to speak part of the language because I was part of the school education. So I'm very familiar with the Armenian culture. They are part of the Iranian nation and part of the whole structure. That's why I still remember after 40 years, few words which I was taught when I was a student by friends. Is he there or can we wait?
Give me a second, Mr. Kesh, he will be there.
Would he be here by 1 o'clock, you think?
1 minute.
The process is very simple. We have brought a technology which has changed the course of humanity over years, centuries, or thousands of years. The biggest problem for man has been a way to feed himself, to have a shelter, to have a position where he can be comfortable. All the wars has been based on the resources to have for some people to be leaders, and they have abused the knowledge that one, if we don't have, we have to have, and create wars. With this technology, we give freely the resources of the universe. So there is no need for fighting, worrying where the next food will be, where the shelter will be. In the coming days, we start showing you, introducing to you the physical shelters, where you can see shelters. In a few weeks' time, maybe much faster, we release the whole structure of making shelters out of gravitational magnetic fields. The technology has been available and is available, but as is my work, I wait for Keshe foundations around the world to bring it in, because this way nobody can be stopped. This way we share the knowledge, and I thank you for being so open to literally share everything directly on the internet. You are using extensively Facebook, YouTube, and every other channel. Open more and teach more. This is what we need to be done. Try, there is no limitation. We are trying to support the teaching that the more people learn, the more people have, the more peace we create. The whole structure of the Keshe Foundation from now on is to spread the knowledge for exchange for peace. In the Western world, the suffering will be so much, people cannot afford feeding each other, feeding their family, where they can produce water to do. The shelter, the electricity, everything else which you need in the coming time will be made. We'll make practical laboratory tests live in the coming weeks, that you can do things yourself. We open the channels of asking, questioning, delivering technologies. In a way, we go international in having everything we have, sharing the knowledge together to bring peace. When you have everything, what's the use and what's the asking for conflict? Because there is no need for conflict. Those who have been the instigators of the wars have no grounds to fight, because when you have everything, you don't need to fight. There is a huge teaching today. I'll wait till Arman comes, because Arman is from Armenia, and the request goes from the Armenian-speaking people in Armenia for what they need to bring peace. Is a hand of peace from the Keshe Foundation supporters in Armenia to the Keshe Foundation supporters in Turkey and in Azerbaijan, who are the background to it. That if the nations can go, we have Keshe Foundation supporters anywhere, in Greece, in Turkey, to go to Armenia or to Azerbaijan, to work together, that the governments have to issue visas to their enemies to come to support. It means there is no enemy, and this is our purpose. This is the step we take, and it has to be our responsibility. It's the responsibility of every Keshe Foundation supporter to be a master of peace. It's the responsibility of you to learn if your intention was to be part of humanity to deliver peace. This is what we need to do. We have no choice. We left it too long to the people who call themselves leaders to do whatever they like to lead, but they were in not position to lead because so many things have affected their position to get to leadership that, as we see, they have forgotten what even they were born for. So we set the scene. Keshe Foundation, as of today, has become, will become, and we get involved in every war zone as messengers of peace, delivery of the technology in the space of what is the conflict, and we do not ask for you to sacrifice life. We ask you to give your knowledge, that the knowledge change the course of humanity. This is where we are going from now on. And we'll teach you more and more that you will not be to be in the zone where there's a conflict. You can reach the soul of people in that language, in that section. The teaching of today will open man's eye to a new dimension. And I hope, my deepest hope is you understand the teaching today. Are we ready yet?
He's on a mic. If his mic is open, he will. He's on Zoom, Mr. Kesh.
He's on Zoom. His microphone is not open. He's got to open it and speak. Arman John, can you open your microphone? There, you're open.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Arman John. Arman, can you please, you can speak in Armenian. If you know Azeri, you can speak in Azeri. You know Farsi, it's the same. We have a huge number of Turks who speak Farsi. We leave it to you for what you want to discuss and how you see the peace can be brought out, that we get out of this situation in Armenia for a literally worthless war which is going on there.
Okay, I can speak English, I can speak Russian, and I can speak Armenian, of course. But,
in every language you know, you send a message of peace. We are there with you.
Yes. I think everyone is very tired of wars, and wars, it's worth only for high-ranking government people who making money on this. Just people don't want war. Everyone knows that. It's not something new I'm telling. Look at the situation in Turkey, look at the situation in Armenia. People don't like all these people, like they come together and the poverty now, it's increasing every year. People don't have proper work, people don't have proper food, and only high-ranking government people, they making money out of poverty of the population. This is it.
Have we lost him?
Hello?
Yes, you're back.
Yes. So, what is your question?
Would you like to make your statement in Armenian or in Russian for the supporters of the Keshe Foundation and both sides to join in the knowledge to bring peace to both sides?
Let me tell it in Armenian. I think everybody, not lots of people know Armenian, but at least Armen will translate it. But such a statement is good to make in my nationality, my native language. Մենք շուտվանից հետևում ենք Keshe Foundation-ին եւ մեր կողմից դա անձեռնամխելի է եւ շատ բարձր են գնահատում այն ինչ որ Mr. Keshe-ն անում է ընդհանուր աշխարհի համար եւ մենք մեր կողմից ընդունել ենք դա եւ խաղաղությունը ի փոխարեն տեխնոլոգիի եւ մենք կոչ ենք անում մեր բոլոր կողմնակիցներին, մեր հարևաններին, դա կլինի Ադրբեջանը, դա կլինի Թուրքիան, դա կլինի Ռուսաստանը, դա կլինի Ջորջիան, դա կլինի Իրանը, մենք բոլորին կոչ ենք անում, որ ոնց որ Հայաստանն է նույն ձևի ընդունում եւ ժողովուրդը մի կողմից ուզում է միայն զարգացնի այն ինչ որ ունի եւ չի ուզում պատերազմի ոչ մի բանի համար նույն ձևի մեր հարևանները ոտքի կանգնեն եւ ասեն վերջ մենք չենք ուզում մեր հարևանները պատերազմել այլ եկեք մենք մեր ռեգիոնում կառուցենք շատ կառուցողական եւ խաղաղ մթնոլորտ որով կարող են բոլորը զարգանալ բոլորը կարող են ստեղծել ամեն մարդ իր հնարավորության չափով մենք է որպես Keshe Foundation Armenia կարողանանք մարդկանց support անենք նվեր տալ են տեխնոլոգին, որ այսօր Mr. Keshe-ն բերել է եւ նվերատվել ամբողջ աշխարհին։ That's it.
Would you like, as Azerbaijan and Armenia used to be part of old Russia, one piece when it was in 1980, would you like to make the same in Russian, that they can respond if they don't understand Armenian?
Yeah, sure, why not? Я только что говорил на армянском языке, чтобы все, кто слушал меня, мои соотечественники, по всему, которые вот сейчас включили и слушают, я говорил только одно, что простой народ не хочет воевать, у него нету никаких врагов. Вот мы сами работаем international, мы работаем в Китае, работаем в России, в Европе, Америке. У нас очень хорошие друзья из Азербайджана, партнеры, можно сказать, с которыми мы работаем. Вот в Китае у нас фирма, где мой партнер – это азербайджанец. В Москве у меня есть фирма, я бизнесмен, где мой партнер азербайджанец. Мы очень хорошо друг друга понимаем, мы знаем историю друг друга. Я отсюда везу им армянский коньяк, они везут оттуда очень хорошие фрукты. Понимаете, у нас очень хорошее понимание политики, и мы все хорошо знаем, что не происходит, это происходит сверху. И очень часто происходит не из нашей страны. Другие силы, другие более сильные государства всегда влияют на наше правительство и делают так, как они хотят. Даже наше внутреннее правительство, оно не хочет войны. Оно хочет, чтобы народ развивался, чтобы экономика развивалась, люди росли, люди строили города и так далее. Никто не хочет воевать. Я просто призываю всех, вот кто понимает, что будущее за технологиями, а не за оружием, потому что очень скоро эта технология делают так, что эти оружия не будут стрелять, они просто не будут нужны никому, это будет металлолом. Только здравый смысл, технология и знания будут творить то, что вот мистер Кеши вот принес в наш мир. Да? Смотрите, на маленькой планете, в маленьком регионе мы сегодня воюем, враждуем друг с другом. Но это же тупо, это не умно. Умные люди смотрят наверх, смотрят на небо, смотрят на другие галактики. Там миллионы других рас, с которых мы просто не знаем еще. Мы должны сплотиться вокруг своей расы, человеческой расы. И очень скоро у нас будут другие вызовы извне, которые мы должны вот поддерживать и которые должны защищать всю нашу планету. Люди пока этого не понимают, сидят на деньгах и не понимают, что они делают. Потому что нет у них знаний, нет у них веры и нет у них понимания того, что происходит. Так что я призываю всех своих соседей, и не только соседей. Я работаю с 32 странами по бизнесу. У меня очень хорошие партнеры везде, друзья. Я вот всех призываю, которые вот понимают сейчас меня, чтобы они просто забыли. Не надо воевать. Смотрите друг на друга, как на друзей. Все друзья. Ищите в людях только добрые, то, что доброе, что можно вызвать в человеке. И он будет поступать по-доброму. Будем и в нашей стране продолжать вот технологию в обмен на мир. У нас очень серьезные переговоры с нашим правительством идут. Я думаю, это даст серьезный результат. Я тоже призываю вас вот обратиться и начать совместные работы по установлению мира. Жалко наших народов. Сколько это может продолжаться? Спасибо за внимание. Thank you for attention.
Спасибо тебе.
Thank you very much. Would you like to say anything in English, any of you two Armens?
In English? If you understood what Armen said in few words, you know, he described the whole Keshe Foundation. We never had any enemies. As Armenian, I can remember, always our country been invaded. So we never fight. We don't like to fight. We like to build. And as a Christian, as Armenian, as a one planet human, I can say one thing, you know, that we can live all in peace with no problem. I wish that everybody understand that and understand what's coming. That's the beauty of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now you will understand why we set up the Universal Council by a language basis. Across this planet, we live in different parts, but we speak and think in a given language. This is the job of the Universal Council in these conditions, that the counselors speak with each other and motivate and unify the different language supporters to work together, that in the case of conflict right now, that by working together, they can show to their governments or people who run the nation that if we are working together, what's the use for war? We're doing everything freely. So now in a way you see the emergence and the need for Universal Council, where there are no hierarchies, all equal, and it's the job of the counselors to be attentive that language does not become another tool for separation, but a tool for unification. And this is the job that, as we said, we replace the United Nations, which has been nothing but on the greed of the finance and for those who wanted to serve it, to the giving by soul and unification of mankind in one team, in one group. So for the first time, you see the work of Keshe Foundation as a peace movement, Keshe Foundation as a replacement for the present government structure around the world, where people decide through loving each other and not through financial gains. Please understand, we are not here to bring new kind of slavery to different school of thoughts. We are here to bring unification to man, to understand the whole knowledge of universe is under one cover. And we use it to create peace. I put the hand of peace to the Chinese people, Keshe Foundation, as much as I put the hand of peace to the people from Philippines. Let the Keshe Foundations as one family work together, and with it we shall see peace. I appeal to Chinese leadership, and both to the American leadership and the Philippine leadership. Let the Keshe Foundation show you the path of peace. And you'll find out, as I wrote to the Chinese yesterday, why do you kill when giving life is sweeter? And now we see. We thank Professor Zhu for all facilitating everything with the Chinese authorities for us. We thank the charity in the background set up by Chinese to support this move. And we thank those people who understand the purpose of life on this planet, to be at peace, and be able to support. We can stop wars, but we cannot stop the natural disasters which China and the others face now and they're facing in the future. So we need to become as one family to create and promote rapid response forces that we can help each other. As I said, we expect huge calamities in the coming months. Maybe the China situation is a first step trial for the Keshe Foundation family to get themselves together to be able to work, that we can respond rapidly to each other. In the matter of responding rapidly, the present transportation system is useless. Volcanic eruptions, we cannot fly. Sea disasters, we cannot get to. Loss of ports. So we need a new science, a new technology, where we become independent of the climates, the same as we are in the universe. So we start teaching the development and the structure of new lift and motion systems. I was told I'm teaching too rapid. I'm teaching technology to people who don't understand, as I explained last week. And my school of thought is every man is capable to understand everything when it comes to the knowledge of peace, knowledge of transportation, feeding his family, and the rest. No African is lower than a South American, and no man in Europe is higher than anybody else. This is an imagination of the people who are weak, where the color of hair cannot be superiority to another race. We understand one thing. I start teaching you something today, which is not only for your understanding of the technology further, but in understanding your own structure. And then in understanding your own structure, you understand how to interact with each other, how to develop technologies, and understand partially the line of communication in the universal language. Last week, at the beginning of my teaching, I used a direct language. If you remember, I went very easily, and they called me, I'm saying, satanic. No, this is what they do when you don't understand. That you are something because they know you understand too much, and they cannot abuse you. This is the language of universal language. Physicality, the emotion, and the soul. If you hold your finger this way, it means I'm prepared to communicate with you with my physicality and emotion. My soul is mine. If you turn your finger this way, I'm open. I cannot lie. I show you what it means. You understand the science behind it. This is not satanic. This is the language which was taught by man from the space, and those who understood it wanted to elevate themselves to be more important. You call themselves Illuminatis and Rothschilds. It's very simple. In a space, we do not have such a complicated digestion system as man has. So our soul and physicality and emotion stays together. It's the same as the 3 layers of your skin. The under, which gives feed, the middle, which is the transmutation from one layer to another, and the outer, which is the interaction between the environment and what is inside. So it's the same process. You have the soul, you have the emotion, you have the physicality. It means I can give you I'm prepared to talk on the physical term and emotional term, but not with my soul. When I close my finger last week, I explained it means I have withdrawn the emotion and physicality with the soul because you've done wrong. When you do this in space, it means I'm not prepared to negotiate. I'm not prepared to give. What I have is mine, which meant the planet Earth is ours. We want to keep it. We want to bring peace. You have to go home, which means take your physicality, take your emotion, and your soul. They know who abused it. I show you how it works. It's part of the teaching today. So anybody who calls you satanic, these are the people who have used you. Now they rely on your ignorance. This is how the church and the mosque work. They didn't want anybody to be educated because they even themselves, most of the priests couldn't read. So whatever they said became the law. They lived and nourished on the ignorance and keeping people ignorant. And when people start educating, they lost their control. Now, I teach you the language of a space and the ethos which is built on. When you do this, it means my body and my emotion, I can talk. My soul is mine. When you do this, it means I keep my soul, but I'm prepared to negotiate. When you do this, it means I want to keep. I don't have much to give, and I don't understand. So it's very simple. It's the 3 layers. Can I have my screen, please? This is the same structure. When you understand it, they can't abuse. And then you understand how you can open, how you can understand, and how you can develop your knowledge to the limit that is good for what you understand. Let's go back, because this way you will understand it. It's connected the teaching together. Go back to the very first teaching. Go back to the course you made. Go back to the understanding of the plasma. Go back to book number 1, book number 2. So I'm not telling you something which is not there. You've been taught, but now we bring the knowledge together. If you remember, we do this. The plasma field. As this is the strongest in the center, and this is the transition point, and what you see here is the end, what it represents itself. If you see it at this level, this is what you will see at what is supposed to be. I cannot pick up my color. So what you see here is at this point. What you see there, where plasma it wants to show itself at this point. Go back to the plasma teaching. Go back. You have a visual, clear visual test. You've done it yourself. And we've been through it many times. You have the field goes from one to another, a trans. With respect to its environment, it shows itself. So what you have the source, what you have the source here, what we call the principle. You have the transition, what we call present knowledge, you call it dark matter, and we have the matter state here. So it does not matter what you are, in what the status you are, a plasma, a human, anything else. You always have the same. The skin of the man runs the same. The structure of the man runs the same. Your stomach develops the same. The planet Earth is exactly the same. It has a center. It has a transition section, which we call it the magma, and then it has a solid surface. There's no difference. But what you have all missed in the whole structure is it's a copy of a human being. Look at the structure of human being. You see the same plasma, and then you understand something very simple. This is your brain. This is part which is missing from the brain, where your jaw, your body is, and for it to be sustained, it has extended itself. So what is not the rest of this plasma, as it should be like this, the brain, I've got a problem. Can you change this to, yes?
There are several problems on the internet. Zoom, people are reporting what's here, no battery, something is happening with the internet. Yellow color cannot be seen, that's not
okay. Okay, yellow color cannot be seen. I put this here or near to it. This is the green part. So when you see the brain of the man, what has happened because of the condition of planet at this moment where we are and the structure of the life here, this part of the brain, which is what you see, has given its field forces to become, open up, and extend to be able to feed the rest and become the physical body of the man. If you gather all the body of the man in so many ways, back, push it up to itself, you will get a full circle of the man. That's how simple it is. But when you have this energy where you create this plasma, you still have the three sections. You have the physicality, you have the transition from the principle to what you call the physicality, which you call emotion, and then in the center of it sits the soul of the man. So your soul is in the center of your brain. That's how simple it is. Man has been looking for thousands of years, where is his soul? As we said in all our teaching, the soul is the creator of physicality. And was the creator of holding of the plasma. Now you understand how your physicality is created by your soul. And it's in control of your soul. It's the part which creates you and your life. Now you see there is no difference between the plasma of the man, the plasma of a field in your gas containers, atom, nucleus, or whatever. In a nuclear structure, atomic structure, we have one seed controlling the other. We call it atom, at one piece, at one unit. In the case of the man, because of the physical condition, this part of the brain has converted itself, instead of becoming an electron separate, has become the physicality of the man. Attached to each other, working together. And this is where man has not understood the position of his soul and the strength of his soul. So now you understand why we stand the shape. When you go in another environment, according to the condition created, you might not need so much of the physicality, you might need very less. So your soul level will change to this one, your emotional, and your level of physicality, because the environment doesn't need it, will be this part. Now you understand how we have come to be and what it is. And now you understand, if you go into the physical structure of the brain of the man, how you come to be. You have, we look at the top view, from the top of your head down. Your brain is in two halves. Where in the center we have the emotion, where in the center of that emotion sits the soul of the man. I will show you how you can measure, how you can detect, and how you can see the strength of the soul of the man. I promise you one thing, in time I will let you see the soul of the Christ, bless his name. And maybe today, if you understand, you shall see. Look at the structure of the brain of the man. When you look at the brain, you have some interesting part in it. If you look at it on the other side, in a way, sideways, this is a top way, you see here are the arm part. On the side here is your hand, and on this tip is your